Life is good. Good to see
Life is a 10 out of 10, Mr.
you. It's a
Tom.
fan. Uh,
Tom Turkey. Talking about it, Tom Turkey.
yeah, Tom Turkey, gobble gobble. Here we go. Gearing up for the holidays, man. So, let's get into just talking about some holiday stuff. Of course, the clients, patients that we serve, sometimes the holidays can be a tough time, a triggering time for them. They can also be a wonderful time filled with traditions and family togetherness and good spirit and cheer. And I hope that you get to enjoy that. I'm certainly going to look to enjoy that. But also with that, with anything good, the balance of the universe, there's some not so good stuff that comes along with it. So let's get into how do we deal with triggering moments, difficult family members, and just the holiday difficulties that we are experiencing. Of course, we have clients that are coming in who are being triggered because they're going to see Aunt Janice. And I just made that up. There's no Aunt Janice out there. That's a real asshole. But let's say and they know and Uncle Bob or whatever, and they're gonna have to deal with that. So how do you successfully navigate that through the holidays? Have you had any challenges in your past with the holidays?
uh, not really. Well, I have to say, my mother died the Friday before Thanksgiving one year,
Oh,
Friday or Saturday before Thanksgiving one year. And the whole debate was, and it was in a different state, and we had to run. And the whole debate was, do we try to do all this stuff before the holidays? Do you wait till after the holidays? And we ended up doing the funeral, I think the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
oh,
Does it doesn't, but it doesn't impact me. I mean, thanks, she was, terminally ill, and we knew it was coming, so it wasn't a big surprise. But Thanksgiving has always been one of my favorite holidays because you get to eat, right? And I'm
yeah,
all about the
yeah.
eating. So
Yeah.
I always just love the different foods that you can eat. I love the football. I love eating and laying on the couch and watching football. It's like that's my day. If I can have a perfect day, that's one of them. So
Good
love
tradition.
that. But it's great for some people. It's difficult for others. Um, Not just Thanksgiving, but all the holidays. Sometimes it brings up old memories that are not so good, just like it brings up memories that are good for some people. So the hard part also with the holidays, and particularly Thanksgiving, is you get out of your routine.
Mhm.
You're not exercising. You're eating a bunch
Yeah.
of different stuff. Some people drink a little bit more around the holidays. So you're out of your routine. And when you get out of your routine, particularly when you rely someone that relies on the routine,
Mhm.
I follow a pretty strict routine. I try to eat pretty healthy. I exercise, water intake, alcohol on, weekends or something like that. But um, when I get out of my routine, I can feel it. And I know it impacts me. I'm just kind of a little bit off. Um,
Mhm. Yeah.
so and I don't mind. It doesn't. It's not that detrimental, but I can certainly feel it. And around the long holidays, like that whole Christmas to New Year's, you get really off. And I like by the end, I'm like, bring on like January 2nd, so I can just get right back to my routine.
Yeah. Because it's almost like 2 months of that,
Yeah.
just shy of 2 months of being out of the routine.
Mhm.
Like my practice ends up the routine of it because people are going away maybe for a little mini vacation for the holidays, or they're just, they're spending time with family or doing this, that, and the other thing. So the schedule gets all wonky. And then, of course, my routine gets mucked up because, I enjoy the family time and togetherness. It's wonderful because, a big part of my family is Italian. So the Italian, like we don't need an excuse to get together and eat a bunch of food, but this is just another reason to do that, to get together and have food. And so it's carving out time and space to be able to do that because it's important for us to get together and be, and to celebrate and to eat and, talk about our lives together. It's a beautiful thing, but it can be taxing, because then you don't have that relaxation part. If you work a full day and then you got to go, be with family for a couple of hours, and of course the Italians say goodbye like 3 or 4 times. It's the goodbye at the table and then the goodbye at the front door and then
Right.
goodbye in the driveway before.
Right.
And then there's the text like an hour afterward. Had such a great time. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
but that's, that's time away from you engaging in your normal routines, especially
Mm,
like the evening routines. If the routine is like, go for a walk and have some food and then relax and watch a little TV or read or play games on the iPad or something, like you don't get to enjoy that or do that because, yeah, like you said, the routines are thrown off. Good traditions feel really good and we enjoy that. But yeah, 2 months of just not eating the best and we're eating more than you really should.
mm,
And then you end up putting on some more weight. And that's always been a problem for me. So then, like you said, looking forward to the new year so that you can get back to,
mm,
some semblance of, control over your life because it does kind of feel out of control.
mm. Yeah, and people have all different kinds of things around the holidays. I told you my mother passed around the holidays. It doesn't bother me, but for some people, a lot of memories of people that have passed, stir up around the holidays. So it can be difficult for many.
I have several clients who have had a significant loss in their lives this year. And
Mm,
so this is going to be one of many firsts. When you lose somebody
mhm,
you love very much and care about, you have all these firsts. The first birthday, that they did not get to celebrate, the first Halloween, Thanksgiving, the first Christmas, the first New, all those firsts that become triggering moments for them. And so it becomes very challenging. So I'm going to do my best to be there for those people who have had significant losses
mm,
this year and help them navigate the holiday times because it's very stressful. Because usually, in the past, you know, they had great times during the holidays. They would take trips or they would enjoy family get-togethers. And now the family is, reduced by one or by several. And so
mhm,
that's going to be a challenging time for them. So it's going to be a depressing, sad, angry time for them. And so it's important for us to be, both sympathetic and empathetic to them.
Absolutely, and both are important, Tom.
Both are important. Yeah.
The other thing with not only family and friend loss is, we have never been so, and we've talked about this a lot, but so politically divided than we
Mm.
are now.
Yeah.
And fresh coming off this election, just under half the country, like 49.2% of the country, or 48.7, I think it was,
Not happy.
of the country are mourning really
Yeah.
a loss of however you define that, a loss of what the future, a loss of whatever you,
Right.
however you want to define it. And it's just going to be difficult. There are people that are really smarting over election results and to interact with people that are exaggerated from the other side. I mean, and on both sides, there's people from both political parties that are very vocal in their
Yeah.
thoughts, beliefs, feelings. And it's sometimes hard to deal with. And those people are coming together around the Thanksgiving table. So, how are you going to manage that? What are you going to anticipate? How are you going to um, not get involved in the turkey drumstick sword fight over the table? So.
Right. Yeah. And if you do get a sword fight with drumsticks, videotape that. I think that could probably
Right?
that could be a new trend.
Yes.
But as we get closer to the new year, knowing that the powers that be are going to be transitioning and taking over, that you're right, that's going to become even more challenging for people to manage that. And um, we'll just be there for each other, and we're there for our listeners. So please, like I said, reach out to us, send in your comments, your questions, your topics that you want us to talk about, anything, to questions at therapyunzip.com, and we'll address those on the show, and even through an email. So please feel free to reach out. That's what we're here for. That's what we designed this thing for, is to be helpful, to be of service to others. If you're having a difficult time now, and you will over the course of the holidays, please reach out. Better together, better for us as a team to work through these issues and challenges. Sometimes it's just nice to know that somebody else is listening.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's good to have firm boundaries, but you don't have to have cemented boundaries. You know what I mean? Give people a little grace on all sides of the coin. So, um, everybody, the whole concept of you never know the shoes that other people are walking in. And a lot of times they put their own personal stuff aside and leech on to bigger issues, because they don't have the wherewithal at the moment to deal with their own personal stuff. So give them some grace and space. If somebody makes a bad comment at the table, chalk it up to, hey, they're, don't take it personally. They're not being an asshole just to piss me off. They're,
Yeah,
they're going through their own stuff right now. So I'll let the
absolutely.
comment pass. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean you need to be a doormat. You set your limitations, and
yeah,
set your soft boundaries. There are some hard things that are a hard stop, but for the most things, just let it go. It's not worth it.
right. And it's okay if you decide that you need to leave early,
Yeah,
or you decide ahead of time, I don't want to participate because of what
yeah,
I'm anticipating happening. You can
right.
choose to sit this one out.
Hmm.
That's perfectly all right. Even if it disappoints family or friends, if you're in that space, you can say, I'm not gonna participate this year. I don't feel up to it, and you don't have to give any reasons. You can just say,
Right.
no, I'm just not gonna participate in it. You know,
Yeah,
love you, maybe next year.
yeah,
I'm just not feeling it right now.
yeah. You can say I don't feel well. And that covers everything. It can mean you're sick. It can mean you're tired. It can mean you're frustrated. It can mean you're I don't feel well. Some of those emotions just don't feel well.
You can fire off, I've got diarrhea, and nobody asks questions after that.
Explosive diarrhea. Would you like me to send you some pictures?
Yeah,
That'll shut
nobody
people
asks
down pretty
questions. Yeah.
quick. So, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Want me to send you some picture?
They usually
No,
send me.
no thanks. We're all good.
I'm good. I wouldn't want to ruin your cranberry sauce.
So enjoy what you can regarding the holidays, and try as best you can to stick to those routines, even if they
Mhm.
get thrown off one day. The next day, go back to doing your routines. And please don't feel like you have to spend a bunch of money on presents and food and decorations and all that. I think because of the state and the shape of the economy, that things are not necessarily going to improve. They may get worse before they get better. So I think making sure that you have everything you need is more important than going out and spending a bunch of money, uh, because it doesn't provide happiness to you. Happiness is a mindset. It's not the product of something that happened. Now, the environment, if there's, goodness and promotion and positivity, that can promote a healthy, happy mindset, but you shouldn't rely on that. And in fact, people and experiences and environments can disappoint us. So you wake up and choose to be happy no matter what occurs today. And
Mhm.
that'll have a positive influence on not only yourself, but the people around you. Don't wait for it to come because of some gift you received, or some amount of money that you spent for other people, or some experience that you had. Just choose to be happy right now, today, because you have that power. And Like, see what happens instead of waiting for it to come, because you're going to be disappointed. People are disappointed.
Mhm.
They're waiting for that magical relationship or gift or experience or something outside of them to bring them happiness, and doesn't necessarily come.
Perception is reality. No matter, I think we've seen that now more than ever. Perception is reality. And one real simple thing that I started years ago that made a significant difference in my life is right when I get up or when I get in the shower, when I have my day planning moments, right? I used to, like most people do, is they go, "Oh, I got to do this thing. I go to work. I got this project. I get this meeting. That's going to be a pain. And I'm not looking forward to that meeting because
Mhm.
Joe Schmuckatelli is going to say something stupid, and I'm going to have to not respond. Whatever." They have that whole negative view of their day.
Mhm.
So I've turned that around and I don't engage in that. So I wake up when I'm in the shower, whenever I do my day planning in my head, I get to, hey man, I woke up, I feel great. The sun's shining. It's chilly today, but I'll watch the dogs from inside. I'm not taking the dogs on a walk. They're on their own. Anyway, but I got a great job. I get to help some people today. I do have that meeting with Joe and he's probably going to say something silly, but you know what? I'm going to keep it excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna hold it together, and it's gonna be a great day. I started my day on that positive instead of that negative, and that really sets the tone for the day. Um,
Then
so,
you see the day with opportunities or filled with opportunities instead of problems that I need to now solve. This is an opportunity for me to work on something, to be better, to fix something, to solve a potential issue or crisis or concern. And I woke up this morning. So I think you're bringing about this concept of being grateful for the things that you do have and engaging in
mhm,
that gratitude every day, whether you want to or not, do it anyway and
mhm,
see what comes, see the product of that. I had another clinician shared this with me, and it's a quote, but I don't know who said it or wrote it. So my apologies for that. But the quote is something like this: if you are crying because you have no sun, sun, in your life, then you won't be able to see the stars at night.
mm,
And I thought that's beautiful because that's going towards your perception and being able to change your perception, which you have the power to do. If you are focusing on those negative things, the things you don't have in your life, right,
mhm,
then you're going to fail to see the good that's happening around you because there is good.
absolutely, absolutely. And you get blinded to the good stuff. So all the good stuff that's happening, you don't even pay attention to. My life sucks so bad because of this, and this. Well, what about the other things that are actually really going well?
Mhm.
So you're
Focus on
right.
those and build off of those.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, how do we
Basic.
navigate the holidays? We stick to our routines as best we can. We bow out or we don't participate when we need to, when we need to reserve that time and energy for ourselves. It's okay to say no. And we spread love and kindness to the best of our ability and be grateful for the things that we do have.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a great TikTok this week, and it was the rules for the family dinner. Do not experiment with the dish on Thanksgiving. That is not the time to cook your TikTok recipe. You stick to the basics.
Yeah.
And do not put raisins in anything. No raisins.
No raisins. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But I
Tom, hope
mean,
you have a great holiday.
you do the same. Just keep in mind that, what does that one famous TikToker say? It ain't gonna go down easy if it isn't cheesy. Or something.
Everyone's so creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get creative on Thanksgiving.
Don't
Don't
get
do
crazy.
it.
Stick to stick to the basics,
All right.
Enjoy some good food, enjoy some family time, enjoy the celebration, enjoy the reasons why you're celebrating the holidays.
Mhm.
I think that's the important piece. Be kind and loving to yourself and the people around you wherever possible. be grateful for the things that you do have, and make sure you stick to those 5 things that we talk about: sleep, nutrition, exercise, water, daily schedule. These are important to combat the negative effects for 2 months of the
Right.
holiday challenges. And if you
Yeah.
need to just say to yourself, this is just another day and I'm alive and I'm just going to do the best I can and I'm not going to worry about what the actual day is, then do that.
Mhm. And perception is reality. My Chicago Bears play the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. So, and the Bears are going to get killed, murdered, like 70 to 0. And I understand that. And instead of being upset that I have to watch my Bears lose so bad on Thanksgiving Day, I am thankful that I get to sleep on the couch and not worry about a silly football game.
Right on.
So, perception is reality. I'm going to get a great nap in.
Absolutely. Yeah. No matter what, there's always something good that you can focus on.
Right.
Thank you for today.
Yeah. Thank you. Gobble, gobble. Have a great holiday, everyone.
You guys do the same. And we'll see you next week
All
and
right.
have a magical topic to discuss based on our emails that we've been getting from others. So please send in your comments, questions, topics, woes to questions at therapyunzip.com and we'll get into them. Thank you guys for listening.
All right. Thank you.